Name is DJ, back with you for day 6 of our 8-day soccer coverage challenge here today. We started on Monday with Leeds versus Wolves. Went through two Champions League games on Tuesday, Wednesday. The Spurs versus last game. So we covered Man U versus PSG on Tuesday. We covered who was it on Wednesday? It wasn't Liverpool. Oh yeah, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. Tottenham Lask on Thursday. Yesterday we had the Aston Villa Leeds game with Patrick Bamford hitting that hat trick. And today we are bringing you Manchester United versus Chelsea. I do believe I've cast Manchester United before. Not completely sure if I've cast... Oh, I did. I cast the Chelsea-West Brom game. That is correct. So unfortunately I have cast both these teams already. Again, I'm trying to get around to every Premier League team. I will have to do a Fulham game eventually. Not exactly thrilled about that notion, but we will do a Fulham game eventually. So sorry to all you Fulham fans out there if that one hurts, but your team is it's a struggle. It's a struggle for sure. I don't have the highest hopes for them either, if I'm being honest. But today is the couldn't cast a Fulham game today because playing soccer, just got back from that, and so we'll be bringing you Manchester United Chelsea today, which looks like one of the best games on the slate. We did have Man City drawing with West Ham 1-1 this morning. And then we just had the victory there from Crystal Palace, unless there was a late goal that I missed. But yeah, I'll be bringing you Chelsea Man United, and we can go through the lineups here. So the game about to get started in a few minutes here. So take a look at what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Frank Lampard are prepared for us here today. So we go through the Man U lineup here. You can see David De Gea going to be starting in goal. Again, had a very good performance on Tuesday against Paris Saint-Germain. So good to see him back on form, and hopefully he can keep it up today, at least for the sake of a good game. Again, I am a Manchester United fan, so there'll be a slight bias in my personal opinions, but when I'm broadcasting, will be as fair and balanced as we can be. David De Gea, so in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire back from injury here, and Luke Shaw making up the back four. Scott McTominay and Fred, after their excellent performance against Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday, will be retained as the base of midfield duo there. Juan Mata actually going to get a start here as well today with Bruno Fernandes in his usual 10 spot. Daniel James actually going to get the start over Anthony Martial today over on the left, and it'll be Marcus Rashford leading the line for United. So a bit of a shakeup here from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Rashford, after scoring that winner against PSG, will lead the line here today. Dan James over on the left and Juan Mata over on the right. So two players that can cut in, flanking the stalwart there in the midfield, Bruno Fernandes. And for Chelsea here today, looks like they'll be going with a bit of a 3-4-3 as Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva back from injury here. Kurt Zouma will be making up the back. Edouard Mendy, also back from injury, will be getting the start over Kepa. As Kepa made another horrible error in their last Premier League outing, gifting a goal away to Southampton. That one scored by Shea Adams after a couple of whacks at it. Reece James, Ben Chilwell going to be the outside wing backs, flanking the midfield duo of N'Golo Kante and Jorginho. Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner, and Kai Havertz going to be making up the front three here. So we'll see if Kai Havertz is going to stay wide or if he'll withdraw into more of an attacking midfield role, allowing Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic to try to make runs into the channels, make up the width here for Chelsea. Generally be the higher of the two strikers. I think Havertz has been fairly ineffective when fielded in that outside role by Lampard. And I don't know what's up with the NBC coverage here. It's telling me coverage is going to begin shortly. There's like no build-up or commercial here, so I have no idea when this thing is actually starting. It's supposed to start in a minute here, so hopefully I don't get screwed by the coverage, but unfortunately there's not much I can do about that one. Okay, so they just adjusted, I guess, the shape there for Chelsea. That's a very weird shape, Mob. I wouldn't be fooled by that shape. I still think it'll operate like a 3-4-3, mostly there. Pulisic in particular, I think, will be a lot higher than Havertz. Again, I think Havertz has been pretty ineffective, particularly when fielded in a right midfield role. So I would expect him to drop in a little bit deeper, act more as sort of a attacking midfielder, connector between the back and the front, and mostly will be Pulisic and Werner providing any sort of width or leading the line there. So see how these shapes operate against each other. A couple of shakeups for both these teams is, okay, the stream is working here. So we'll Drop this down to second. Team's just about to get started. So once again, I'll be in broadcaster mode for this one until about halftime, and then can talk about a little bit of personal thoughts and opinions on the first half, and then once again at full time. But thanks again for tuning in the stream. Hope you do enjoy it. And players have finished taking a knee here in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. And we'll be getting started here as Timo Werner will knock this one back. Thiago Silva going to launch it long over to the right towards Kai Havertz. He will miss this header. It will roll into the path of Luke Shaw. He's going to knock this one up the line here. And Chelsea will settle it for the first spell of possession in the match. Here's Edouard Mendy, signing brought in the summer. As we saw at the end of last season, Kepa certainly lost the favor of Frank Lampard and has continued to make mistakes here in the beginning part of this season. So Edouard Mendy in here to hopefully fix Chelsea's goalkeeping problem, as this one launched in behind Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, but Lindelof easily able to retreat and head that one into the waiting hands of David De Gea. By the way, can someone in the chat at some point let me know if I'm coming through okay? My Streamlabs looks a little bit weird today, and usually I have a couple of audio lines showing me where my volume is, but today I only have one. So just want to make sure my audio is coming through clearly. If it's not, let me know, and I can reset it. I would appreciate that. Meanwhile, Bruno Fernandes being pressured here by Reece James. He'll get a good pass out to Luke Shaw. Shaw going to drive up the line here. We'll find Daniel James. He'll try to flick this one back, but a bit mishit there, and that will dribble out for a throw into Chelsea. Man U, again, showing a little bit of a different formation or a different personnel selections than they have been in the Premier League so far this season. Paul Pogba once again sitting on the bench here. Fred preferred to him. Again, Fred looked very, very good against Paris Saint-Germain, but was asked to be more of a defender in that game. Him and Scott McTominay really there to try to starve Kylian Mbappe and Neymar of space. They did do a good job of it, but neither one of them really renowned for their attacking abilities, something that Pogba certainly has to his advantage compared to those two players. So we'll see how they do operate today. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer asking a lot of the burden to be borne here by Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Of course, Juan Mata is an attacking player, but has been getting on in age, does not start regularly, and Dan James has been fairly disappointing to start the season here for United. See the all-time record here between the two teams, 18 wins to Chelsea to 17 for Man U, 21 draws between the two sides. Thiago Silva will control this one, heads out towards Reece James, collected well on the chest. Chelsea going to play this one slowly out of the back. Good move here by Jorginho. He's going to launch this one long over the top, but well read by Lindelof. It'll be knocked down. McTominay. Mata will arrive at that one first. He'll knock it back to Maguire, and Man U will find their first spell of possession here. This one will come into the feet of Maguire. Waiting patiently here for the opportunity. Now he'll spray this one out to the left-hand touchline. Chasing this one down is Dan James, but a little bit too long for him. It will sail out of play as we see Axel Tuanzebe sitting here on the bench here for United. Was again excellent in that PSG match. A lot of memes on the internet saying he had pocketed Kylian Mbappe in that one. Probably a bit of an exaggeration there, but did have a very good performance. But Maguire, the Man U captain, is back fit and will be selected once again. Here is Luke Shaw pushing this one forward. Kai Havertz chasing him down, but this one will go in behind here for Dan James. Not really going to cross that one on his left foot, though. Reece James knowing that one. We'll wait for the cutback, poke that one out of play. See a bit of rain falling here and in Manchester today. Throw-in coming here from Shaw. That one intercepted by Thiago Silva. Now Chelsea exchanging some passes, looking to play out. They've done very well. They're nice one-touch passing from multiple Chelsea players. And N'Golo Kante will be the one to bring it all the way away. Spraying Ben Chilwell, who's been extremely electric in his first two starts. Very involved in the attack as Pulisic driving forward. He's inside the box here. That touch a bit too long, and Wan-Bissaka will be able to get the tackle in, clear that one away. Wan-Bissaka was prolific with his sliding challenges on Tuesday evening against Paris Saint-Germain. And now Daniel James bursting forward here, tries to get inside of Reece James, but easily defended there by the Chelsea man. He gets his body in the way, takes it away, and will start Chelsea's attack once again here. Very patient here from the side of Chelsea. We saw a very breakneck match yesterday between Leeds and Aston Villa. A lot of the pressure being provided by that Leeds side. Were very dynamic, passing forward well, running forward with many numbers in pretty much every attack they had, and some excellent performances. Patrick Bamford picking up the hat trick. Jack Harrison was very, very good yesterday as well. So don't expect to see quite the flying attack from either of these two teams here today, but can strike really at any moment with players like Rashford, Timo Werner, Christian Pulisic available to either side. Rain a little bit heavier than I think I first indicated there, as I can see a close-up here of Harry Maguire. Some pretty big drops there coming down here today, so ball will be skipping around the pitch a little bit more than usual. We'll give a little bit of extra pace to this one. Zuma. Mendy. Gonna move this one out to the right side. Havertz can't collect that one. It'll go out for a Man U throw. There's Dean Henderson on the bench here, and much talked about player here, a reserve after being a starter for Sheffield United on loan and impressing throughout the season, but still is the number 2 here to David De Gea. Good control here by Rashford. He'll keep possession for United. It's Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka now. Good defending by Chelsea in numbers here. This one clipped in behind for Wan-Bissaka, but he's going to be very slow here. Chilwell will concede the throw. We're talking about Chilwell earlier. I was injured for first few matches of the season, but has looked very, very good for Chelsea in his first 2 games back. Has been super involved in the attack, providing assists, scoring goals, and has looked for all the world like the answer that Frank Lampard has been looking for at left back, though Chelsea did concede 3 last weekend after going ahead of Southampton on multiple occasions. So still looking potentially a little bit shaky defensively. We'll be looking to tighten that one up. Similar situation to someone like Tottenham Hotspur, who have been unable to keep a clean sheet despite their prolific offense in the early portions of this season. Tottenham was able to finally keep a clean sheet on Thursday against Lask, their first of the season, in a very tidy 3-0 win for them. United still probing around the 30-yard mark or so here. Chelsea now chasing Maguire back. Fred is in support of him, but will be forced back to De Gea. That's right, actually. Forgetting that Anthony Martial is unavailable through suspension for picking up that red card in their last outing, striking Eric Lamela in the face. Rashford, good pressure here. Will knock this one away from Chilwell, but quick to it is Timo Werner. He'll win possession back for Chelsea. Zuma. There's Chilwell. This one up towards Christian Pulisic. His header, though, going to escape the likes of Timo Werner. See Lampard here sporting the beanie and the rain jacket. Going to get a swig of water here. Not sure why. It's already a ton of water on the pitch and falling from the sky here. Guess Lampard really likes to be hydrated. Apparently, Lampard was blaming Kepa a little bit in his interview last week. Not exactly surprised by that. It's no secret that Lampard not exactly the hugest fan of Kepa at the end of last season and this season. So now that Edouard Mendy is fit, I doubt we'll see a lot of Arrizabalaga. Do remember he was signed for about £70 million during Maurizio Sarri's reign here at Chelsea. Is Daniel James going to be offsides here? This one going in behind the Chelsea defensive line. See him hanging around the back line here at Chelsea, trying to hold his run, but does sort of lazily drift offside there, does James. Oh, bit of a poor pass here in midfield by Chelsea. It'll be turned over to United. Plenty of blue shirts behind the ball, and a mistake by Fred there as he miscommunicates with Dan James. His pass will go out of play. Jorginho. Conte, this one being moved away. It looked like it came off Fred's hand. The referee will allow play to go on. Zuma. Chilwell. Conte. Conte going to be forced into a bit of a clearance here. This one going to go overhead of Werner. It'll be collected easily by Maguire here. Cagey start from these two teams. Decent pressure from both sides has forced the defensive lines into some long clearances. Not really amounting to much in the attacking sense. Really haven't seen any sort of danger from either side just as of yet. Shaw trying to drive this one around Havertz. Decent challenge from Havertz, but it'll be won by Fernandes. Looking for options here. He's going to try to go through the legs of the defender there. Will deflect off the defender, but will succeed in connecting the pass. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Mata. Cutting it back onto his left. Will lob this one back over to Fernandes. Mata getting on in age here, but still excellent at picking out a pass. So silky with those touches. Reminiscent of David Silva. I think David Silva did age a little bit better perhaps than Mata physically, but the two very well known for being able to be extremely composed, have a huge range of passing, and can really pick apart defenses with some of those creative flicks, chips, and through balls. Of course, Mata, once a Chelsea player, and one of great renown, was voted Chelsea Player of the Season on multiple occasions when they were winning titles in the late 2000s, early 2010s. See Edinson Cavani, summer signing here after becoming a free agent from PSG, sitting on the bench here for United. I'm going to check my stream here because my computer is saying it doesn't recognize something. And if that is my stream, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, sounds like I can hear myself, so it should be good. There's Chilwell moving this one inside. Now coming back to Zuma. Going to be pushed across here. This one sprayed out wide. Jorginho longing this in behind. Maguire reads this one. His header's a little bit wayward there, and it'll just skew out of bounds for a throw in here to Chelsea. Chelsea just going to throw this one backwards. It's going to end up at the feet of Zuma. 13 minutes into this one, and really have not seen much of note so far. Both these teams still trying to find a way through the opposition defenses. Not really any chances to speak of. Again, very cagey start. Decent pressure from both sides and decent defending in the blocks as Chilwell with it now. On the near side, but just forced back once again. Of course, United's midfield is set up to be fairly defensive. Once again, Fred and McTominay, similar to their PSG performance, will sit in a little bit deeper. Both notable workers in that midfield. So Chelsea will probably find a little harder to get passes into the gaps here against United than perhaps if Pogba was playing. Pogba is such a talented player, but sometimes does leave some gaps. Is a little bit slow in his defensive duties at times, in particular in the opening matches this season. I do think he gets a little less credit than he deserves, of course, but is noteworthy that he did not start against Paris Saint-Germain when, nonetheless, when Solskjaer knew that his team would really not have a lot of the ball on that one. Chilwell doing well here to ride a couple of potential challenges, but again, just forced backwards. Chelsea just holding this one. I saw your text. Chelsea still just holding on to this one. It was pretty nice. I'm not much of a hype man when it comes to goals, except for that Quarantine Talisa one you saw me cast. But here's Conte trying to pass this one forward to Havertz, but it's well read by Maguire. This one comes into the feet of Fred. It's a good interception there from Maguire. Pretty easy reading here so far. We were playing pickup soccer today, and Nolan was up the field, got a pass into his feet, took a touch away from goal, and did a very nice back heel that took a bounce, went over the defender's leg and into the goal. We were playing small goals, so it had to be pretty accurate. There you go. Does that make you happy? Good pressure here from Timo Werner. We'll deflect this one out of play for a throw-in. You're also the only viewer, by the way. So I can describe it again if more people tune in. Don't worry. I got you. Rashford's gone down here on the near touchline. Might have taken a whack there in the back of the head. Ooh, looks like actually in the earlier game, Fulham got a red card. I'm actually going to take a look at who got that one. For all you fantasy players out there, I'm sure you'll be interested. Late red card for Abubakar Kamara. So, for all you Kamara owners out there, I am sorry. Oh, we do have 3 viewers now, Nolan. Okay, so I'll describe your goal. So Nolan has requested that I describe his goal on Pick Up Soccer today. So for you new viewers, my friend picked up a ball in the striking position, took a touch away from goal, and then did a sick back heel that bounced off the ground and over the defender's leg into a mini goal. It was nice. Meanwhile, Chelsea have this one in the right-hand corner of the pitch here. Good flick in behind towards Kai Havertz, but it'll be knocked away by Luke Shaw. And finally, a little bit of attacking intrigue here as we have the first corner of the match going over to Chelsea. Going to be Ben Chilwell over to take this one with the left foot. So it will be an in-swinging corner kick from the far side of the pitch. Again, it's been a very slow start here by these two teams. Very cagey affair. This is really the first offensive opportunity in the match, and it's a corner kick. Chilwell swinging it in, and it's a bit high. Flicked back into the box there by Pulisic, but blocked away by Fred. Chelsea do have possession, but are just forced back all the way to Conte. He'll lob this one forward to the left. Near touchline here is Werner. Good header to keep that one in play. He'll knock it down for Pulisic, trying to drive forward here. A lot of United defenders around here, and it'll be McTominay knocking that one out to touch. And yeah, again, for those just joining, been a very slow state of affairs. So if you haven't been watching the game as of yet, haven't missed a whole lot, really. Have not been any chances, so to speak, for either side. Both teams still trying to find a way through. United set up fairly defensively here today with a Fred McTominay midfield pairing, and Chelsea in a 3-4-3 here, so still a lot of shirts behind the ball as this one finally clipped in, but pretty easy header away from Maguire. Conte settles it down for Zuma. Thiago Silva back here from injury today. Will clip this one into the box, but headed away by Wan-Bissaka. The header doesn't come too far, though. It's Pulisic on the near side of the 18-yard box. Chilwell, now Werner. He's just forced back to Zuma. Chelsea going to play this one patiently, restart. You see United clearing their lines here, moving their banks out. Now there's a little bit of space for Havertz here. Going to go wide. Early cross from James on the ground. Easily picked out there by Maguire. And some claims from the broadcasting crew here at NBC that Chelsea are asking all the questions. I really don't think they're asking very hard questions as of yet. Chilwell going to clip this one off Wan-Bissaka, the second corner of the match here from Chelsea. So it's a bit of sustained pressure from Chelsea, but really, once again, nothing dangerous, so to speak. All of the crosses have been fairly pedestrian, and the United defense easily reading all of them so far. Short corner taken here. Pulisic cutting onto his left foot, chased by Shaw. That cross slightly deflected there and will be cleared away by McTominay. Not sure if that one went out for a corner or a throw-in. We'll let you know here in a second. Looks like it is a throw-in, so decent clearance from McTominay then. Nope, and I lied to you. Actually, no, it is a throw-in. Way down there in the corner. It looked like Chilwell was going to set that one down for a second, but baited me. So I'm going to come into the feet of Havertz, flicked off of Mata. Now throwing into Conte here. This one back for Chilwell, picked off by McTominay. He'll knock it out for a throw-in, and the pacing of this match so much different than the one we saw yesterday between Leeds and Aston Villa. And really in a lot of Leeds matches that we see, the pace of Leeds matches is just so frenetic and high-paced, and really watching these teams plod along. It's still decent play. They're patiently trying to wait for their opportunities, but just haven't been able to generate any. As good defending by Wan-Bissaka on Chilwell here. We'll see that one in behind for a goal kick, and the drought of chances here continues in this one. Do keep in mind that it is a little bit tougher here today as the rain pouring down here in Manchester makes it a little bit harder, as Fernandes and Jorginho kind of at each other there. A couple of hands across the face. Chelsea once again in possession. Have been the team more in possession, but really, again, have not done a whole lot with it, as poor pass from Pulisic here is easily intercepted by United. Rashford trying to burst forward, but good pressure by Chelsea will force United back. Still maintaining possession here is Shaw. Going to look up for Rashford. He's going to try to drive by Thiago Silva. That one taken off him. It will come off of Shaw for a throw-in. So similar to Tuesday for United, finding themselves certainly on the wrong end of possession here, but defending well. Seem pretty unfettered so far. Easily dealing with all of the crosses, any attempted through balls or long passes from Chelsea. Apparently daylight savings is tonight in Britain. Not sure if it's the same for us here. Someone let me know, because I would like to not be surprised by that tonight. I thought it was next week, but maybe I'm wrong. That's Azpilicueta shifting this one outside. Reece James going to clip this one in behind, but once again, pretty easily read by Lindelof, although the clearance is left for Pulisic. That one finally cleared away further, and Dan James has it robbed of him by Reece James. Two Jameses here out on the right-hand side. Silva. Jorginho. Conte. Rashford pressing all the way back to Mendy. Here's some decent pressure from United. This one forced into a bit of a turnover there. A little unfortunate is Fred to see his deflection on the pass arrive at a Chelsea player's foot, but United have won themselves a throw. So some good pressing here up the pitch from United. We'll win possession back. And this match so far, unfortunately, about as dreary as the weather in Manchester at the moment. Pouring rain here today, and neither one of these teams really doing anything to tickle the excitement of any viewers. Zuma clipping this one long. Easily collected by Lindelof. Good pass from him down to Wan-Bissaka. He'll look up the pitch here. It's collected by Rashford. Turning here. Has Conte behind him. He's driving at Zuma. Looks for Wan-Bissaka wide, and a deflection there off Chilwell will be Man U's first corner of the match. Here is Bruno Fernandes over the corner. Will be an outswinger from the near touchline. Here comes the corner towards the back post here. Headed back into the box by Maguire, but well seen by Zuma. Werner coming away with this one. We'll just clear it away, and it will be easily controlled by Wan-Bissaka. Actually just going to leave it for Shaw. Trotting back slowly to this one. About to tick over the 25-minute mark here. Still really waiting for the first action of the match as Fernandez chased by 2 Chelsea players here, but will get his pass off to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka forced long. That one will come off of Pulisic for a throw. Now here is Mata driving this one forward. Luke Shaw. This pass deflected here by Chelsea will be blocked. And I'm sorry, I'm listening to the broadcast today in my ear as well. It's muted on the desktop, but I just heard the announcer say it's a good day for the U.S. men's national team because Serginho Dest started in the Clasico and lost 3-1. Hello? Here's a good ball from Chilwell, actually into the feet. This ball in behind for De Werner, and ooh, the first real chance of the match here, as this is a good through ball from Kai Havertz into the path of Werner, but it just escapes the Chelsea striker's reach there. Will dribble out for a goal kick. This is a good ball from Chilwell into the feet of Havertz. Havertz picks out Werner there. It just escapes the German striker. I do believe he might have been offsides as well, but you can tell a match is a little boring when the announcers for NBC are reaching for stuff in the Clasico, mentioning it's a good day for the U.S. men's national team player who lost 3-1. That's a reach. That's a reach, guys. I don't care if I started in the Clasico. If I lost at 3-1, I'm going to be pretty... That's not something to brag about. Especially if I'm a defender. It means I gave up 3 goals. Silva driving this one straight up the field here. Well read there by Wan-Bissaka, kicking that one over his shoulder. Good defending here by McTominay as it's collected. Ooh, that's a bit of a rash challenge there by Fred. And first dangerous free kick of the match here for Chelsea, sitting just outside the corner of the 18-yard box on the near side here. You see Fred just kind of, sticks his right leg into this challenge, just never getting that ball from Chilwell. Chilwell just easily throws his body in the way between Fred and the ball, and Fred hacks him down there. So decent opportunity here for Chelsea. It'll be Reece James and Chilwell standing over this one. Oh no, okay. Don't. I'm not going to blame. This is not my blame on NBC. This is my blame on the quality of the game. I mean, the broadcasters have to say something, right? Like, that's their job. And they've gone through the play style. They've gone through the formations. They've talked about Rashford. They've talked about... here's the free kick from James. He's actually going to go for a goal here. I think he caught De Gea out, but De Gea easily reading that one, calling Reece James's bluff there. So I'm not blaming NBC here. I am 100% blaming the game because they have gone through Rashford getting an MBE. They've gone through Rashford getting an honorary PhD from the University of Manchester. They're out of options, man. And these teams are giving them nothing to talk about. They're barely giving me anything to talk about. I'm just on a stream instead of an official broadcast, so I can sit here and actually flame them. Here's Lindelof. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Here's a good run in behind from Reece James. Well found now by Maguire, driving into the box here against Azpilicueta. Tries to leave a short pass there from Mata. It's deflected away by the Spaniard. Now back to Fred on his right foot. Here's Bruno. 2 defenders around him. He finds McTominay. Sets himself on his right. He strikes this one. That one blocked away by Pulisic. United throw here on the near touchline. Tempted nutmeg here by Bruno Fernandes. Comes away clutching his face and is down on the turf, but not going to see any sympathy from the referee. We'll now stop play just to check on the United player here. Doubt there's any foul here, but again, referees in the past couple seasons have always stopped play for potential head injuries if a player reaching up for their head. We'll usually see the game stopped. Oh, wow, Mendy, holy. Mendy trying to shift that one sideways for Kurt Zuma there and gets the angle all wrong. That one dribbles actually across Chelsea's end line for a corner to Manchester United. And fortunate here for Mendy, he didn't put that one on his own goal. He's actually trying to shift it out for Thiago Silva and just completely miskicks that one. So I think Frank Lampard probably like seeing ghosts here. Can't believe his own misfortune with his goalkeeping situation here. So even now his replacement Mendy for Kepa almost making a huge error there. Here is the ensuing corner kick here. A United player down in the box, but that one easily headed away by Thiago. Still with Fred now. He's going to cross that one back in. It's going to be deflected by Werner. And, oh, it's... Wow, it hits the corner flag. It almost stays in play, but actually going to go out for another United corner here. See here, it's McTominay going down in the box. There's nothing there at all. Just a good physical match there between McTominay and Azpilicueta. Here's Juan Mata from the far side. This one out swinging. Floated in the air. Going up as Lindelof, but headed away by Zuma. Here's a strike from Fernandes that's deflected away by Chelsea. Comes all the way back out to half field. It's Wan-Bissaka collecting this one. Coming into the feet of Shaw. James over to Fernandes. He's open at the top of the box. He's shooting. That one right at Edouard Mendy. He's got some dip on it, but straight at the Chelsea goalkeeper there. And a pretty easy save for Mendy. Potentially can help him settle himself after that sort of mishandled pass to Thiago Silva. Zuma now over to Chilwell. Conte going forward here. Retreating is Werner. Good passing here from Chelsea, playing through the United press. Now there's some room for Conte on the left. Coming across him is Dan James. Play is continued here. May come back for a yellow card to James. Reece James clipping this one over to the left towards Chilwell, but a poor pass there from Reece James. And Wan-Bissaka able to head that one away. Good tackling here by Chelsea. Werner's in the box now, driving forward. Good read by Harry Maguire. Will knock that one out of the danger area, but Bruno Fernandes stripped up possession once again. Comes out to Chilwell. A little bit of pressure here. Chilwell going by Fernandes. He's going to cross this one towards the baseline. Maguire clearing that one away. United's back four still doing a good job of finding the right angles, getting across for these crosses from Chelsea, clearing them away with their heads, their feet. Here's Chilwell down the line here for Pulisic. He's met by McTominay. Driving inside, getting on his right foot. He shoots. But that one is straight at De Gea, and similar to the save for Mendy there. Very easy for the United shot stopper. It's a good move here by Pulisic. Gets that half yard of space onto McTominay, but doesn't quite get the direction on his strike and ends up being an easy one for De Gea. 30 minutes into this match, and it feels like we've been playing for 80 already, as these two teams have just been basically dragging us along here. Finally, a ball over top from Fred, but that one is poor, and it will go all the way into the hands of Edouard Mendy. Oh, here's good pressure by United. This one cleared away by Azpilicueta, straight to Maguire. He'll easily take that one down on the chest. Over to Shaw, into Fred. Fred trying to hold on to this one, but he's been dispossessed by Pulisic, who drives forward here. Looking for an angle to shoot. He will shoot. It's deflected. And that one going to go just left of the left-hand post, and will be a corner kick over to Chelsea. Poor mistake here by Fred. He takes a poor touch and then tries to drag it back, using his body to try to shield it, but completely whiffs on the drag back, and Pulisic able to drive forward. Not a lot of options available for Pulisic there, as he's the farthest player forward for Chelsea, so just decides to have a go himself. Probably the right decision there, and does get a deflection. It'll be Chilwell with an outswinging corner from the near touchline here. He's going to lob this one in. Up goes Harry Maguire. It's still inside the box. Good defending there by Fernandes to use his body to shield Reece James off that one. He'll complete the clearance. Edouard Mendy. And Mendy still just standing here, allowing his entire team to come back up the pitch. Literally almost standing still for about 15 seconds there. This one shifted out to Reece James. Comes back to Thiago Silva now. Attempted Cruyff pass here from Pulisic, picked off by Manu. It's McTominay on the near touchline, looking up the field here. That pass just escaping the reach of Jorginho. It's taken off him. Ooh, here's some room for Rashford. He's in behind the defense here, driving into the box, going to shoot. Mendy with a kick save, and the best chance of the game here over to Marcus Rashford. Hits a decent strike on it, but doesn't quite get the direction. And Edouard Mendy able to make the save here. As you can see, Thiago Silva just kind of caught in no man's land, trying to pressure Fernandez there. He finds Rashford in behind. Rashford sees his angles being closed down there by Azpilicueta, so shoots early. It's probably the right decision, but doesn't quite get the direction he did on the strike for the winner against PSG. It's not quite in the corner, and Mendy able to stick his leg out and kick that one away. Best chance of the match here to United in the ensuing corner now by Mata. Clipped up towards the top of the box, but that one well read by Thiago Silva and headed away easily. Do want to say I do think the heavy rain here is contributing to a bit to the pacing of this match. Initially, the ball was sort of skipping across the turf, but now we're seeing it start to get held up a little bit by the standing water on the pitch. Here's Shaw on the far touchline. This one taken off him. Nolan, by the way, how's my volume? If you could let me know at some point in the chat. It's my volume seems to be dropping a little bit. My mic's the right direction today. I'm just a little weirded out. I'm even really close to my mic and it's not really getting louder. So just want to hear if you think I'm a little too quiet or not, or if it sounds normal. Actually, I can check. Oh, it's good? Okay, cool. Here's Fernandez. McTominay. By the way, Nolan, I need to moderate. I need to make you a moderator. I need to figure out how to do that. I'm still a new streamer, but it's about time I start learning about my, about time I start setting up some mods here for the channel. Probably do that later today. Here is the chance once again. See the ball slows down a little bit. That's probably the water holding it up a little bit. Why? Mods are good for channels there. So they have basically a little bit of extra privileges to normal viewers. They can, you know, if like trolls come into the chat or something, or people are spamming links, they can like delete messages, ban people from the chat. Essentially just like make sure the chat's like clean. And I mean, you're here all the time, so you're also an OG follower. Good combination play here from Chelsea. Fred doing a good job with his body there. Putting in a good challenge against Conte will win United a free kick. I mean, yeah, but you're a responsible troll. You're not doing anything like actually like truly troll. Like, dude, if you stick around Twitch for a while, you will see some real trolls, man. You're like a good-natured troll. You take care of the underside of your bridge. You know, you give it a little spritz of Febreze, you clean it from time to time. You only like mess with every like third traveler that comes over the top of your bridge. Here's David De Gea clearing this one long. Good ups by Bruno Fernandes there, but going to lose out to Zuma, who of course has a huge height advantage there. It'll be settled by Chelsea. Ben Chilwell going to move this one back to Thiago Silva. 38 minutes gone in this one, about to crest the 40-minute mark. 7 minutes remaining in regulation. Ooh, good move by Reece James here. Going to get around Luke Shaw on the near touchline. Shaw trying to drag him back. Will almost certainly be called back for the foul here on Reece James and will receive a yellow card. So good move here by Reece James. First caution of the match going to come out here from the center referee, and it will be for Luke Shaw. Free kick deep on the right-hand side here for Chelsea. Not as dangerous as the opportunity earlier, as we can see the rain still falling here in Manchester. Very heavy here today. There's Chilwell going to be standing over this one. So will be an in-swinging free kick here from the Chelsea left back. Here is the free kick, clipped in, a little bit floated, headed away by Maguire initially. Some complaints about the hands coming up there from Maguire, but looked fairly solid defending, and Bruno coming away with it, clipping this one up the left-hand touchline, headed forward, but deflected by Pulisic, who's tracking back. There's a bit of a wrap here by Maguire on Azpilicueta. See the arm sort of clasping around here, kind of on the neck area. Whoop, just like that. Dwyer does get his head on it. I think it is fair as an attacking player to complain about that. It is a bit of a more extreme wrap of the arms there than I'd see normally, but getting handsy is very normal on set pieces as Rashford driving into the box now. He tries to leave it for Mata, who shoots, and ooh, good save here by Mendy. Second best chance of the match here, also falling to United, this time to the feet of Juan Mata, who hits a curling left-footed strike there as we see good combination play from Shaw, Fernandez, and Rashford here on the far touchline. Rashford drives in, leaves this one short for Mata, who hits it first time. It is goal-bound for certain. And it's a good dive and a strong save here by Edouard Mendy to push that one away. Decent goalkeeping there from Chelsea stopper. What are we taking a look at here? No. Rashford is down on the pitch here, but I saw the replay. I can't see anything in this. Let me see this. I mean, he just gets barely clipped after his pass by Conte. There's no way this is a penalty. If this is a penalty, I'm a Man U fan, and if this is a penalty, I will be angry. I will be upset. Thank you. There's no way there's anything in this. Yeah, why is this even being looked at? Okay, check is over. Thank goodness. Here is the free kick or corner kick from Mata. This one up. McTominay gets a head on it, but doesn't make full contact. It just kind of skims off the front of his head there. And Conte will clear it for Chelsea. 41 minutes into this one, just about to tick over to 42. Now play waiting once again here, not sure what for. Rashford has been allowed back on the pitch. Wan-Bissaka has it over here on the near touchline, throws it in, we'll get it back. Oh, almost taken away here by Werner, but Man U will just retain possession. Switching the play here over to the far touchline, it's Shaw driving forward, has James in advance of him. Looks in for James behind Reece James. Decent sliding challenge there from the Chelsea right back, and cleared away there by Azpilicueta. Controlled well by Havertz. He moves this one inside to Jorginho, who will find Chilwell over on the near touch line. Chilwell looking for some options. Decides just to try to drive by Fred. He's still going here. Has McTominay to the right of him. Looks through, but Wan-Bissaka, excellent challenge there to intercept that one. Here's Mata with it. Moves it infield for Fernandez, who will just be hauled down by Conte. Easy foul call there by the referee. 2 minutes left in this one, in the first half of play, and once again, pretty slow half from both teams. Again, I think the weather contributing to it a little bit, but both teams being very cagey, pressing high up the field, forcing the defense to clear the ball long, and really only two decent chances here all game, both falling to United, the one for Rashford and then the one for Mata, both saved away by Mendy. Really Chelsea's only decent chance of the match, a through ball from Kai Havertz that did not even connect with Timo Werner. They have had the bulk of possession, but as I mentioned, really have not done a whole lot with it in an attacking sense as Shaw drives inside of Reece James. His pass in for Mata deflected. We'll go back to Edouard Mendy. "44 minutes here. I do expect 1 or 2 minutes here of stoppage time, but shouldn't be too much. The game has been slow, but haven't had a lot of stoppages, I think. See if the fourth official disagrees with me. Of course, they do have the watches. I am only speculating here. Zuma. Azpilicueta. Good play out of the back here by Chelsea, but decent pressure from United will just force it back into the Chelsea center backs. It's Silva. Shifting this one over now to Zuma. Silva. Silva still. So we have reached the end of the first half regulation here. 1 minute of stoppage time here. So good job, DeeJay, getting this prediction right. And this one will go straight up the line here. Knocked away by Victor Lindelof. Well handled there by Wan-Bissaka to evade a challenge. He's actually found Fred very well, and Havertz will drag him back. This will be an easy yellow card here for Havertz right at the end of the half. So good work from Fred to get by Havertz, and Havertz will take the sacrificial booking there. So one each here for Chelsea Man United. One for Shaw, one for Havertz. And now Mata will be driving forward on the right-hand side here. Looks infield for Fernandez. Gets it back. He's in behind Conte. Gets it wide here. Cross from Wan-Bissaka. Deflects. It's in close to Mendy. And Mendy, sure hands there from the Chelsea goalkeeper. Will collect that one. And that should just bring us to the end of the half here. 45-52, Edouard Mendy going to take his time clearing this one up the pitch, and I can't imagine the referee will have much more for this one. And there is the halftime whistle here, so we go into halftime all level here. No goals to speak of and very few chances, just a couple falling to Rashford and Juan Mata, but we go into halftime. Chelsea 0, United 0. All right, guys, so I'm going to go take a break, grab some something to drink here. And maybe type a couple messages to my friends. We'll be back after the commercial break. And Jesus Christ, this is a slow match. I am going to make some coffee because I fucking need it. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks for tuning in. All right, gentlemen, we are back just in time. Players are coming out here for the second half, and I think there's only one way to sum up what we saw in the first half, and I'm gonna put it in short terms, as one of my old club coaches once said to one of my players, or I think all of us maybe, give me something, please. Yes, I remember that steak we had in Tokyo. It was incredible. Yes. Did you really? How hard was it? Yeah, there you go. Give me something. Nolan also used to play on the same club team as me, so he remembers this one. The second half has started here. I'll drag our boy down. I'll slide this over. And Chelsea have this one on the near touchline. Reece James going to move it forward. The steak wasabi katsu. Gnarly. Just like find a recipe online and just kind of like work off of it? Really? Okay. Well, I want to... Oh, okay, we're good. This one's just going to swirl away over to Ben Chilwell. He's going to clear it up the line here to Conte. Going up to Havertz. This is actually a good ball here. Havertz trying to drive across Fred, and he's taken down here. Going to be a yellow card for Fred after Kai Havertz actually got a yellow card fouling Fred in the first half. And yeah, I should try to make some of these recipes. I like to cook a lot, guys. Everybody out there, I do like cooking. I usually try to cook plant-based, but if anyone knows any good plant-based recipes, hit me with them in the chat, because like I'm down to like try to cook everything. I want to make Nolan makes good shishito pepper recipes, and I want to try a couple of those. Actually, I've been looking at a couple, so I'm gonna try some of that stuff out. But back to the game here. Chelsea have it once again. It's with Jorginho out to Chilwell. That's a poor pass there by Pulisic. He's dispossessed, and it's Mata into the feet of Scott McTominay, and it'll go back to Harry Maguire. Shaw. Good flick pass here into the path of Fred. We're going to come off of Havertz for a throw-in. Oh, poor throw in here as Timo Werner comes back to win this one. Havertz with it. This one taken off him by James. It's still in play here. James miscommunicating there with Shaw. Chelsea actually going to come away with it through Reece James. Oh, Havertz getting out of that one. Here's Pulisic with a little bit of room to run. Has Chilwell on the left-hand side. Look at Werner in the box here, but Chilwell met by two Man U defenders, and Wan-Bissaka crowds him out and then absolutely dekes him out there, using his body well to get around Chilwell. And now United coming the other way. It's James one-on-one with Azpilicueta, cutting it onto his right foot, but crowded out there by Thiago Silva. Here's Havertz now, moving this one back to Azpilicueta, who will clear it up the line. Easily collected here by Maguire, who finds Fred. Spun out here by McTominay. Wan-Bissaka into Fernandez. Now Wan-Bissaka fighting with Chilwell for possession. Chilwell comes away with it. Here's Werner. Good reverse pass here. Up the field to Pulisic. Trying to drive around Harry Maguire. Maguire takes a pretty good angle there, though. Does enough to shift Pulisic off that ball with his body. Wan-Bissaka meeting Chilwell. Reece James. Havertz. I mean, I guess I was asking, like, how would you know how long to cook the chicken, or what, like, style to cook it in without some sort of guide? Good call here by David De Gea. Comes out of his touch line there to pick that one up as it rolls into the 18-yard box. Here's Azpilicueta throwing this one in. Won by Man United. Bruno Fernandes looking long to the left here for Rashford. Facing up with Thiago Silva, who just does enough there, poking it off. Or Rashford, decent challenge there from the experienced Brazilian center back. Of course, signed from PSG to try to strengthen Chelsea's defense after spending multiple seasons with them. Rashford now. This one poked off him by James. It'll be a Man U corner kick. See what they can do with this one. You see the rain still coming down here in Manchester. Paul Pogba here warming up on the sidelines. Taken short here. Cavani also warming up here. Oh, that's a good reverse pass to Mata. Mata looks back to the top of the box. Here's the shot from Fred. That one deflects. Mata still plays it, and he's offsides. I was going to say, I feel like Mata should have let that one go. It looked pretty clearly offsides to me. But another well-worked free kick here by United. And decent defending from Chelsea, getting a lot of bodies in the way of Fred's shot. They are able to keep that one from being too dangerous. Here's Mendy from the goal kick. Right up the center of the pitch here. Actually picking out Werner very well there. Great challenge here by Fred to intercept that pass from Conte though. Chelsea do still have possession. Yes. Yeah, it's a good, yeah. Yep, and then he spits a little bit of it out and keeps treading that water, baby. Why is Pogba on the bench? My thought is, so he started on the bench at Newcastle. You know, United looked really poor at the start of the season. So Solskjaer needed something to change up a little bit. Decided, you know, to do what most Premier League managers do when things are going wrong. I mean, look at David Moyes and West Ham. They take out a couple of their skill players, a la Felipe Anderson. They put Steele into their midfield, Fred and McTominay, and hope to get a couple of results. And hold on. Here's a run down the left by Pulisic, looking at Havertz in the middle here. Now finds Werner inside the box. Best chance for Chelsea here, but good defending from Harry Maguire. Will knock that one away. So yeah, they go to get Steele in midfield. They add Steele in midfield. They have a good performance against Newcastle in the second half, at least. He plays them again against PSG, knowing they want a possession. They play very well. They do their job, and so he rewards them with another start. So I think that has to be kind of the thought again. You know, Man U looked, we all know, looked really bad in their first couple matches, particularly against Crystal Palace. So change needed as Havertz going to ride the challenge here from James, driving into the middle, tries to look for Pulisic, but just horribly underhits that pass. It's easily intercepted by Wan-Bissaka. Well, yeah, high school soccer sucked. Pulisic harried by Fred here. We'll go back to Zuma. He's going to launch it long to the right-hand side. So I'm going to skip and go out for a goal kick. I mean, yeah. You could speculate about a lot of things. He's around better players with his international team. There's some people that speculate that Pogba's not much of a leader, so he does better when he has leadership around him. And Man U are certainly a team bereft of some leadership. When Harry Maguire is your captain in his third season and he's a questionable leader at best, you have to ask yourself how many voices that, audible voices there are in the locker room. And so there's speculation that he just does better around players who are better, right? He has a lot of skill that can enhance his own skill, take attention off of him. He has leaders around him that can take the brunt of that sort of thing, right? Can guide the team around. There's speculation that he just likes being around more his compatriots more. I mean, it's all kind of speculation, but yeah, could be right. It's a flick pass by Chelsea into the box here, but that one going to escape the head of Kai Havertz, going to carry over the goal line. I think there's a lot of theories you could have. They're all born out of some sort of truth, some sort of lie. I think the reality is it's hard to know what goes on in Pogba's head. So just got to kind of deal with it, I guess, or try to manage your best around it. Pogba looks to be introduced here fairly soon. Pogba going to drive back here. Havertz has taken possession, though. Kanté going to shift this one out, but a poor pass from Kanté, easily intercepted by Wan-Bissaka. He's kind of going to run around Chilwell here, but his pass to himself is very flat. Actually, does very well to find Mata, though, through two Chelsea players. Wan-Bissaka having another good performance here, showing very well defensively and composed on the ball. I do think that it's going to be Daniel James who will be sacrificed here for Paul Pogba. I don't think that Solskjaer will sacrifice one of his two midfielders. Bissaka's pass there intercepted and will come away with Chelsea. Maguire's pass out here towards the left-hand side for Bruno is intercepted, but now he's getting back to intercept this pass up the line from Azpilicueta. And it looks like Cavani will be introduced as well. Interested to see who Cavani's coming on for here, actually. I don't think Rashford has been... He's been a little uninvolved at times, but I don't think he's been that ineffective when he's been on the ball. But we will see if Ole decides to go in that direction. I would be surprised if Mata was withdrawn. I think Mata's been fairly good today, has been picking up good positions in and around the Chelsea box, has played some good key passes for this match, has taken a good shot as well, and I think he's been a fairly effective attacker here today, so I'd be surprised to see him be the one withdrawn here. De Gea going to clear this one up the field. Will actually pick out Fernandes very well. Early pass out here for Rashford, who's running on into the box, driving in, looking for a shot, faking one. Now crowded out a little bit. Going to pass for Fernandes instead. He's found Fred on the left-hand side of the box. He's in for Daniel James. Around for Shaw. The cross is blocked and will go behind for a corner kick. Good defending by Chelsea there to block off any potential shooting angles. And Pogba going to be coming on here for... It will be Juan Mata withdrawn here for Paul Pogba. So... and it is Daniel James going to come off for Cavani. So right on one of two, but I think very unfortunate for Juan Mata. I don't know what his fitness levels are. Again, is not a regular starter, but I think he's had a fairly good performance here today, and I think he can feel fairly hard done to be substituted here on 60 minutes. Here is Fernandes. Going to come out to Luke Shaw. Short corner. Back to Fernandes. He'll clip this one in. Short. Inflicted. Ooh. Very close to Cavani. Scoring with just his first touch there as he comes across the front post there. Gets a good flick with the outside of his right foot, but it's just about a half yard wide of that near post. Yeah, actually very deft touch from the outside there by Cavani. You can see making a good run here across Kai Havertz. Oof. Very decent effort there from the Uruguayan striker. Here's Azpilicueta knocking this one up the near touchline here. Well seen by Harry Maguire. United will collect it. United certainly have been the better side in the second half. Still not a lot of chances to speak of. Have looked a little dangerous in and around the box, but nothing really on target. Nothing really to threaten Edouard Mendy just yet this half. So now Chelsea going to come the other way. It's Chilwell. Timo Werner. Back to Kanté. Jorginho and Kanté exchanging some passes. Silva. Reece James. So Cavani has gone up into the central striking position. Rashford now in his favored position here in left, on the wide left. Pogba sort of playing in a 10 with Bruno Fernandes actually moving a little bit out towards the right-hand side here. As Fred trying to run down Havertz here. He is on a yellow card. Both he and Havertz on yellow cards, actually. Reece James. Back to Jorginho. It's coming over to Zuma. Chilwell. Chilwell driving inside. Azpilicueta clipping this one out to the right. James, decent amount of space, going to cross early here from deep. It's a good cross, back post, and I think a tiny flick there by either Lindelof or Havertz has just put Christian Pulisic off there, who's flying in at the back post. Keep your eyes on Pulisic here in the yellow cleats at the back post. This deep cross, yeah, there's just a tiny little touch there, and it just throws off Pulisic here. And I think it's either Maguire or Havertz, and it just throws off Pulisic. Very dangerous opportunity. It's an excellent cross from Reece James, and it is Harry Maguire getting just the slightest of touches, and that makes all the difference there as just takes it away from Pulisic. United with the throw in here. That one going to come off a Chelsea boot. De Gea going to go along with this one. Looking for Pogba. Pogba tries to collect this one. Very well controlled there by Paul Pogba. Fakes a long pass. Instead will go out to McTominay. McTominay will dribble this one forward into the path of Bruno Fernandes now. Wan-Bissaka exchanging pass here. Pogba making a forward run. We'll just come back to Fred. Over to Shaw. Rashford. Good move here. Hasn't really moved anywhere though. Good run into the box here for Pogba. Looking for the return pass. Is met by Azpilicueta. He'll clip this one over to the far side. It's over to Wan-Bissaka. Decent defending here by Chelsea. Now in behind for Bruno. Pass leaving him a little bit short. Trying a bit of a back heel there, but not going to come off as Conte equal to that. Decent sliding challenge from Fernandes will get the ball, and United will win it back. It's McTominay clipping this one in. Really nobody in the box there in red. This clearance will be collected by Lindelof. It's into the feet of Pogba. Looking for some exchange with Rashford. He'll shift it onto his right foot. Fought by Reece James here, and Reece James comes out the stronger, and now Chelsea can come away, finding Havertz here. It's Havertz and Werner trying to run out into some space on the left. Two United shirts back. Pulisic here on the right, calling for the ball. Werner onto his left foot, looking for the strike, but good defending from Lindelof. Werner will be forced to turn back. Looks out wide for Chilwell. Now Wan-Bissaka with a patented sliding challenge here on Wan-Bissaka, and it will come off of him for a corner kick. Here comes the ensuing corner from the far touchline here. It's a outswinger from Chilwell. Fourth corner of the match here for Chelsea. Chilwell swinging this one in. It's right in the center of the box. Good defending by Lindelof. Complaints from Zuma. This one comes in for Pogba. Two defenders around him. He gets a challenge in, but goes to ground under the challenge from Reece James. No sympathy from the referee, but he will stop it to check on Pogba. Yeah, I don't know. Zuma's been complaining about being hauled down in the box. This one, nowhere near a haul down. And, ooh, actually, James gets there first. And so James and Pogba both down on the pitch here, both being attended to by their respective medical staff. Just a hard challenge in there from both of them, both arriving at the ball at a pretty similar time. I think James maybe just slightly ahead of Pogba, both clashing with each other. Hopefully both will be okay. James wincing in pain here as he's Both players over on the sideline here seem to be all right, and Chelsea will be allowed to restart this one. Pogba and Reece James back on the pitch, and we will get started once again. 65 minutes on the clock here. Good tackle here once again by Wan-Bissaka, intercepting this way. And just as I say it again, I hear in the broadcast the umpteenth time that Wan-Bissaka has been in for an interception today, and we've mentioned him a couple of times, has had another excellent performance here. Maguire going to ship this one over to Lindelof. Into the feet of Fred. Going to lift this one out towards Wan-Bissaka. Ball streaked up the pitch here, but way over the head of Rashford. That one's just going to sail out for a goal kick here to Chelsea. 65 minutes now, and Ole has made his move. The double substitution for Cavani and Paul Pogba coming on, and for Mata and Daniel James. Frank Lampard really yet to make any significant changes. Coffee here today, feeling really nice. It's a brisk day in Chicago, around 40 degrees. It's about 36 when we started playing pickup soccer this morning, so the freeze is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Good header here by McTominay. This one stays in play. That straight up on the clearance there, and Chilwell now on the ground. Cavani fighting with Conte for position. It'll be won by United. Goes all the way back to David De Gea. Excuse me. It's Lindelof. Coming over to Lindelof. Lindelof out here too. I believe this is McTominay. Out in sort of a right back position. Going to look up the line for Wan-Bissaka in advance of him. Tries to flick it into the path of McTominay. That one will come off the United midfielder for a Chelsea throw. Still sitting here at 67 minutes. 0-0. And while we have had a few, really not, again, a whole lot of chances to speak of in this match. So we are still waiting for that something from one of these two sides. Not sure who will be the provider. Of course, so much talent out here that could provide that moment. But really, we are looking for a moment here because it doesn't really look like either side that close to scoring. Maguire going to go back to De Gea here. About 4 blue shirts up the field to pressure. De Gea will be forced long. Goes up, goes Azpilicueta, winning that one over the head of Pogba, but United will just collect it once again. Tomine looking for an advanced pass. We'll clip it over to Shaw. Slowly moving this one out from the back here. Trying to find the right timing. It's into Pogba, out here to Shaw, when almost escapes the left back, but he's able to face up. This one long from Maguire, now looking up the line for Rashford. It's a great touch from Rashford. He's driving into the box here. Cuts it back for Azpilicueta. Shoots, it comes off of Azpilicueta and will be cleared out. And from almost absolutely nothing, we go from 0 to 100 as Rashford streaks in behind. His first touch is brilliant, bringing it down, allowing him to run into the box, but just can't quite get the direction on his shot once again. This one comes off of Azpilicueta. That's a great touch by Rashford. He does a good job here with the Cruyff turn. Azpilicueta does well enough to get into the right position to block the shot, but Rashford's aim maybe not as good as it could have been there. Shaw, the line now. Bruno. As Victor Lindelof, now Fred. McTominay. Fred into the feet of Fernandez, looking through for Cavani here, I think is offsides. He will cross this one in, but that one way too close to Edouard Mendy, who will collect. Flag never went up there, so maybe he just did time his run right. Thiago Silva a little slow to get to his feet here. A couple changes being readied here for Chelsea on the sidelines. Oh, he is on sides there. Looks like he's being held there by Thiago Silva. It is Silva knocking this one out to the left for Chilwell. Silva, Reece James. Infield, DeConte's got some space here, actually. Looking up now. Clipping it out towards the left. Good work here by Chelsea to move this one up the field. Couple shirts arriving in the box. Havertz looking for it. This one going to come all the way out to Reece James. He settles it. Looks for a shot, but that one easily blocked by Fred. Rashford going to get to this one first. Oh, and he's just absolutely hacked there by Azpilicueta. And no complaints there from Azpilicueta. Immediately runs back to his own half. He knows what he's done. And it is Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount being readied here. Imagine Mason Mount will probably be coming on for Pulisic or Havertz. I think, yeah, it will be Timo Werner actually coming off for Tammy Abraham. And it will be Havertz. So the two summer signings here for Chelsea are going to be the ones withdrawn on 70 minutes. It will be Mason Mount coming on along with Tammy Abraham in place of them. United still playing through here. Bit of a slow pass out to Wan-Bissaka from Fred. Lindelof. Maguire. Coming out to Wan-Bissaka now. Cutting it back. Some pressure from Chelsea and Tammy Abraham getting stuck in here. A little unfortunate to see that one come off of him last, but decent pressure from the newly introduced striker here. 72 minutes, 20 minutes remaining for one of these two sides to try to break the deadlock as Victor Lindelof looks for a clearance, but kind of hoofs that one into the middle. Pogba does well to handle this with his head, knocks it back for Maguire. And now it's Shaw able to come away with it. Looks for the early pass in behind Reece James, but the gap a little bit too tight there, and they're able to find Edouard Mendy, who will knock it up the field, and McTominay going to win on that one. United will come away with it again. They have certainly been the team in possession here in the second half. Again, haven't generated a ton with it, as we talked about the struggles of these two teams to generate actual quality opportunities here, but certainly have been in the ascendancy since the beginning of the match. Now in field here for Jorginho. We haven't called his name in quite a while. This one shifted out to Pulisic. Cavani. Mason Mount up the line here for Reece James. Fred out here to defend him. He's forced back. James once again, that one poked off him by Fred. Is able to keep the ball under control there. We'll go back from Mendy. Mendy going to just lob it long under pressure from Cavani. Header won by Maguire. Eventually settled here by Scott McTominay. And Pulisic has gone to ground very harsh. I think he may have clipped him on accident as he slid to ground. McTominay did clearly get the ball. There's Fred going long here towards Bruno, but that one easily headed away by Chilwell. In field to Pulisic, but that one poked away from him by Lindelof, who is still limping here. So Mason Mount fighting for possession here with Fred. Will lose out, and now the referee will stop this one to check on Pulisic. Take a look at the replay here from this tackle from McTominay. See, I can't see what's... Let's see, this will be a better angle on the replay. McTominay definitely gets a piece of the ball here. Gets a good piece of the ball. Yeah, I think it's the left leg and knee of McTominay that sort of hits Pulisic's ankle. I think it's a little unfortunate there for Pulisic. I think it's a pretty clean challenge from McTominay, and just the weaker part of his leg there, not the one that's actually reaching for the ball, ends up colliding with Pulisic. Lindelof looking for options here, not finding one. McTominay going to go up the line here to Wan-Bissaka, who's really being fielded well up the pitch now on offense. Wan-Bissaka going with Zuma, will be knocked out for Zuma, or sorry, by Zuma. Throw in here for Fernandez. He's going to lob this one in early. It's very high towards Rashford. He's able to bring it down pretty well, but will lose out to Mason Mount. He tries to get through a tackle from Shaw and does. Now being chased down by both Rashford and Fred, and he's going to be hacked down there by Rashford. Going to be a yellow card over to Marcus Rashford. Take a look at this replay. You can see he loses out here. Mount is fortunate to win the challenge there against Shaw. And yeah, just coming in a little bit late there is Rashford. Pretty easy yellow card there for the referee, I think. In the end, not the worst challenge I've ever seen, but does make some contact there, and being as late as he was is certainly card there. Is Tammy Abraham going to get hauled down here by McTominay? Stays on the ground, and we'll draw a foul here for Chelsea. Oh, and now McTominay actually down on the ground. Holding his right leg here. This one is that one just runs away from him a little bit, and his right cleat kind of colliding, and then he slips a little bit, goes to ground, and kind of lands weirdly on his right leg. I think he should be okay. Reece James. This one curled in behind Maguire, but that one should run all the way to Lindelof. It's well handled here by the other United center back, and Shaw does well to play out for Fred, who pushes forward. His pass into Fernandez. Fernandez tries a long pass to the left there, but that one deflected. Will head back to the hands of De Gea. Still looking for our first goal of the game here, and really looking for our first quality opportunity of the second half. We've had a couple of runs in behind for United, but both of those shots have been blocked by Chelsea defenders. It's been good defending from both sides, but fairly pedestrian attacking as well. We talked about at halftime. I think there may have been a little more energy in the second half here, but not that much. And sort of talked about it in the first half that we were looking for something in this match. And again, we still have not gotten that thing, not gotten the energy, not gotten the moment. We'll see if it ever does arrive here as Maguire pushing forward. Pogba now. Just back to Shaw. Makes a run up the line here. Rashford. It's Fred. Wan-Bissaka playing very advanced up on the right-hand side. Fred out here to Shaw. Going to clip this one in behind for Fernandez. Good flick pass into Pogba. Clips it back into the box, but that one headed away by Zuma. Clearance completed by Pulisic. Nobody there for Chelsea, and it'll be United coming once again. Into Pogba, out to Shaw. Rashford. Fernandez in behind here for Shaw. Crosses this one early. Well read there by Silva, but his cross, or his clearance, will go out for a corner kick here. Should be the third corner of the match here for United. We'll see if this can be the moment. Just about 80 minutes here on the clock as we see Mason Greenwood warming up in the background. Hakim Ziyech off the bench here for Chelsea would be his debut. Of course, has been injured since the start of the season. Here's Fernandez delivering the corner kick into the center of the box here. That one headed away at the near post by Zuma. Comes out to United. Back out to Fernandez. We'll settle this one. Asking for an overlap, not getting it. Back to Fred. Over to Lindelof. Out to Rashford. Flicks this one in behind. Lindelof continues his run. Gets into the box. Cuts it back for Pogba, who shoots. This one deflected. It's bouncing around here. Silva gets it under control. We'll pass it out for Jorginho. He's going to look up the line here towards Pulisic, but easily read there by Wan-Bissaka. Now, McTominay miscontrols this one. It goes out for a throw-in. So we just reached the 80-minute mark here. Pretty good stuff here by Lindelof. It's a good flick pass from Rashford, and Lindelof gets a little lucky in that first challenge, but picks out a good pass there, and Pogba's shot just deflects. I'm a little surprised Pogba goes for the near post and not try to curl that one to the far post. And Ziyech will be introduced here. So Pulisic is off. Ziyech comes on here. It is his debut for Chelsea. It'll just be a 10-minute run out here, but good to see Ziyech finally on the pitch in Chelsea colors. And means that the full starts cannot be far away from him. See Mason Greenwood stripping down here, getting ready to come on. This one won back by United. Rashford driving forward, waiting for some support. He goes into Pogba. Wan-Bissaka. Maguire. Shaw. Clipped along here by McTominay to absolutely no one. And Chilwell will just be able to keep this one in, and Chelsea will have possession. Pogba going to pressure Chilwell. Zuma just forced to look long here as well. This one towards the far touchline, going to be kept in play here. Tammy Abraham holding it up. Can't get by the challenge of Lindelof, and Fred will knock this one forward. Controlled by Cavani. Can't get it around Conte, but can't get it to Tammy Abraham. It's Lindelof. Fred. Shaw. Donny van de Beek on the bench here. Not going to be preferred to Mason Greenwood here today. Wan-Bissaka, good challenge here. Driving into the box. He goes down in the box. No penalty called here from the referee. This one cleared away by Mount. Good challenge here from both. Tammy Abraham going to draw a foul here for Chelsea. Take a look at this replay. Wan-Bissaka winning this challenge against Mount. And Wan-Bissaka does go to ground very easily there. Mason Greenwood has entered the game here. See who he is coming on for. It is going to be Scott McTominay, who may still be struggling after that injury. So Mason Greenwood will probably come in and occupy that right side of midfield. Pogba will probably drop deeper to match up with Fred. Actually, looks like Fernandez may drop deeper here. Excuse me. Tracking back here is the newly introduced Greenwood. This one being shifted over to Azpilicueta. Now Reece James. Good interception here by Fernandez, who is the one who has been withdrawn to a deeper role. Pogba's been allowed to sit in the higher role. Fernandez now going to clip this one long. Will knock it over the head of Azpilicueta. Reece James picking it up. Fernandez now shifting around the challenge for Jorginho. Looking for a pass here. Will connect with Greenwood. Has Chilwell right on his back. Fernandez gets it back. So Fernandez is going to be playing more of the deep-lying playmaker here than his usual up-the-field creative role. Attempts a through ball here into the path of Wan-Bissaka. Good interception there from Mason Mount. And now Conte coming away with it. He'll look wide for Tammy Abraham, who picks this one up. Matched up with Lindelof. Tries to drive inside of him. Fred is there. Plays it to Conte, who drives forward. Clipping this one out to the right. Has Reece James. James settles himself. Fakes the cross. Looks for the second one. Clipped in there. Headed away by Wan-Bissaka. Now an overlap here. Here's Azpilicueta. That cross deflected by Shaw. Will be a corner kick to Chelsea. Their fifth of the match here. 84 minutes gone. Just 6 minutes left in regulation for one of these teams to try to find the winner in this downpour in Manchester here today. 3 substitutions in for United, 2, 3 for Chelsea as well. So all of these subs have been used. All the options are gone. We will see if one of these teams can find the moment that this match needs. Here is the corner kick from Ziyech. That's one not going to beat the man at the front post there. Actually, a pretty poor corner there from Hakim Ziyech. And Mason Greenwood just going to bundle over Mason Mount there, and pretty easy foul call for the referee. So Chelsea will have a chance to lob another one back into the United box here. Taken short here. Reece James overlapping. Going to get the cross away. That one deflected at the near post. And Rashford able to come away with a good reading here by Azpilicueta. Will win it back at the top of the box. Exchanging of passes between Chilwell, but that one comes backwards. Now Azpilicueta out wide from Mount. He's met by Wan-Bissaka. The cross comes in deep here. James is there. First time cross. Fred is there and knocks it behind. It's the sixth corner of the match over to Chelsea. A little bit of pressure here being applied by the Blues at the dying stages of this match. David De Gea yelling out some instructions here, trying to motivate this team with just 4 minutes remaining. Needs to stay stout here. A goal at this stage would be devastating for either side. Probably be the winner, as here is Ziyech once again from the far corner this time. This time it will get over the first man, not over the second. Cavani heads away. Here's the strike at the top of the box from Jorginho, but doesn't get his chest over this one. It rises the entire time into the bleachers behind De Gea's goal. De Gea will restart us fairly quickly here. Short pass out to Lindelof. Moves forward. Looking for some options. Good pass into the feet of Fernandes. Looks back for Pogba. It's almost well read there by Mount, but Pogba will ride his challenge. Pushes right through the English international there as Luke Shaw now moving forward. Has Rashford in support. Rashford looking for options. Going to look in the center for Pogba. Fred going out wide here to Wan-Bissaka. It's good play here from United, moving it slowly up the pitch. You can see 3 shirts in the box right now. Cross in from Greenwood, headed away there initially by Azpilicueta. Bicycle kick from Bruno Fernandes. Actually gets a lot of contact on it, but it's blocked once again by Azpilicueta. Maguire into the feet of Pogba. He's allowed to turn. Goes out here to Fred. Lindelof drives forward, drives past Tammy Abraham, pushes it wide here for Greenwood, settles himself, gets onto his right, crosses, here's a shot from Cavani, great block from Thiago Silva there, throwing his body on the line. Tackle here won by, I believe that's Hakim Ziyech. He'll move this one inside for Mason Mount. Chelsea can try to come away. Cavani applying some pressure here, forcing Chilwell back, all the way back to Edouard Mendy. 3 United shirts here up the pitch, trying to force a long ball. We'll eventually get a long pass out of Silva. It does connect with Jorginho, still trying to work this one out. Our Chelsea move it up the line here, and it looks like they have evaded the United pressure for now. That pass deflected, though. This one's straight up and won by Lindelof, but will be controlled by the Blues. 88 minutes now. Jorginho forced back by Cavani. This one shifted all the way over to Thiago Silva. Going to move it out. Reece James. Shaw on a yellow card here. Reece James looking to drive by him. Will accelerate here. Shaw gets his arm across. Will force the cutback. Is beaten here. Gets a deflection in. De Gea calling off his defender. Good communication there. It's an easy catch for David De Gea. Shaw getting turned a little bit, but did manage to get himself back. You see, it's a great block from Thiago Silva. Cavani actually makes very good contact with that cross from Mason Greenwood. Here's United. Just a minute 15 left on the clock here in regulation. There should be 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've had a couple players go down here. 3 substitutions for each side in this half. Should be more than that 1 minute in the first half. Oh, that's a poor communication there between Cavani and Lindelof. And that one will turn over to Zuma, who drives forward. Looks across for Conte, but his pass is poor. It's intercepted by a retreating Fernandes. Now Pogba with it. Looks short to Fred. Holding off the challenge of Mason Mount there. It comes out to Wan-Bissaka's got some room to work here. He's being chased down by Mount. He's forced to go wide. Greenwood. Fred. Maguire. All 10 Chelsea shirts behind the ball here. Luke Shaw. Looking for an early cross here. It's clipped in towards Cavani. 2 Chelsea shirts go up. Pogba going to collect it. Getting Martin Atkinson out of his way. Excuse me. This one clipped in by Fernandes. Doesn't go over the head of Thiago Silva. Here's Ziyech going to clear this one away. Some pressure piling up here for United. They still can't get through the Chelsea defense, but they are swarming around the top of the box here. Fred. Wan-Bissaka looks in behind. That pass deflected. We've reached the end of the 90 here. Looking for stoppage time. Here's Fernandes. Pogba. Clipping this one wide to Wan-Bissaka. Settles on his chest. Has one defender in Chilwell. Back to the top of the box. Fred crossing this one in. It's low. It comes through. It bounces around. Here's Bruno poking it away. Rashford shooting. Great save by Edouard Mendy. That was a brilliant strike from Marcus Rashford, curling into the far right corner, and Edouard Mendy gets up and beats this one away once again. Great first-time strike there from Rashford, but even better goalkeeping from Edouard Mendy. He even sees this one a little bit late. That's great goalkeeping there. Solskjaer thinks it in. I thought it was in, but Mendy clawing that one out of the goal mouth there. Here's the ensuing corner kick. That one flicked out by Zuma. Going to come to the top of the box. It's Shaw. 4 minutes of stoppage time have been allotted. We are 1 minute into that stoppage time. So 3 minutes remaining here as this one comes back out to Shaw. Chelsea a bit up against it here as United continuing to pressure their goal mouth. Reece James harrying Marcus Rashford here. He'll look back towards the center. Rashford shaping up. Forced back by Jorginho. Comes across to Fred. This one going to go out here for Wan-Bissaka. United trying to be patient here, trying to work the right opportunity. They have had all of the possession here in the later stages of this half. Attempted move through as Greenwood has it now. Bruno Fernandes ends up on the ground, but United still have possession. It's Pogba. Over to Shaw. Clipped out here to Greenwood. Has the run of Wan-Bissaka. Going to cut in on his left. Well read by Chilwell. That one poked off of him. In for Pogba. Perhaps the two knowing each other a little bit from England training, knowing that he wanted to go on his left there. Ooh! And I think Chilwell has gotten away with one a little bit here as his initial sliding challenge had the ball pop back off of Wan-Bissaka and go into his path. But Wan-Bissaka just gets tripped there. Oh, I'm amazed that Chilwell has gotten away with not getting a foul called him there. Yeah. He definitely makes a motion with his legs as Wan-Bissaka is running by him, and no call there from the assistant referee. So a little fortunate there for the Chelsea defender, but he will see this one out for a goal kick. Edouard Mendy going to take his time here. Mendy, long, up the right-hand side here. One well by Pogba. This one comes straight to Rashford, who heads it forwards toward Cavani. Settled here by Conte. Tries to find the feet of Abraham. Does well, turns, but that one poked off him by Shaw. Still bouncing around here. Hakim Ziyech has it, cutting back onto his left. Going across the field here, it's Chilwell inside to Conte. Settles himself. Good defending here from Fred, who drives forward now, pushing it into the path of Greenwood. He cuts back, looks aside for Pogba, left for Fred. Minute remaining here in stoppage time. We've gotten a lot more energy in these last 10 minutes. Some frenetic pressure here from United. They are forced back here as all the Chelsea shirts are back once again. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Going to clip this one in. That one deflected. He needs to get on top of this one quickly. 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds remaining in stoppage time. Cavani tying his shoes in the box right now. Looking in behind here for Greenwood. Holds this one up well. Gets it back out wide to Fernandes. He'll clip across in. That one deflected. Headed away by Reece James. It's out as far as Maguire. Out wide to Rashford. Settles himself. Looks for the overlap of Shaw, but that one intercepted by Azpilicueta. And that will be enough for Martin Atkinson. We will finish here today all level at 0. So a bit of a better showing in the second half for Man United, but neither team can break the deadlock, and we will finish honors even here at Old Trafford. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. And that will do it for our coverage here today. Thank you again for tuning in. Do hope you've enjoyed the stream. And we will be back once again tomorrow. And I believe tomorrow, Young Bolus, is our Arsenal stream. So should be Arsenal-Leicester City tomorrow. So get excited for that one. And hopefully we can see some more goals than we did here today. We can look through player ratings briefly here. We'll take a look through the Chelsea lineup. Edouard Mendy, 7.5. Absolutely. 7.5 or an 8. He's made 2 or 3 really solid saves. I don't know if they would quite be classified as excellent. I think the last one on Rashford was pretty close to an excellent save. The first 2 were good saves. Very good, but solid goalkeeper for Mendy outside that one worrisome moment. So yeah, I think 7.5, even an 8 would be fair for him. Azpilicueta, I think a 6, 6.5 is fine. Pitches a shutout. Does his work. Certainly the least involved of Chelsea's defenders. I think Thiago Silva comes out with a 7. Zuma probably a 7. Reece James, I think a 7 is fair. Really wasn't that effective. Didn't put in that many crosses down the right-hand side. Ben Chilwell. I think a 7.5 is fair for Chilwell. Certainly the more involved of Chelsea's wingbacks and defended fairly well as well. Jorginho, 6.5. Yep, doing a good shielding job in midfield, but nothing more than that really. Conte, I would say the same, 6.5. Kai Havertz, I think a 6 or a 5.5 is fair. Again, he hasn't looked good this season, guys. And I found him anonymous once again. I wasn't surprised that he got hooked off. Werner, I think a 6 is fine. A little more anonymous than usual. Didn't have his best performance today, but I think overall Chelsea were really poor attacking. They had decent possession in the first half, did absolutely nothing with it, and United were certainly better than them in the second half. Maybe not in terms of pure chance creation, but had all of the tempo, certainly putting more pressure than Chelsea did in the first half. So Pulisic, 6.5. I think he was the most active of Chelsea's front three, but again, not the best performance from him. We'll run over to the United side. 6.6 for De Gea. I think a 6.5 or a 7 is fine for De Gea. He didn't really have a lot to do today. No real saves to be made against Chelsea. We're pretty poor on the offensive end. Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to give Wan-Bissaka 7.5. I think he was excellent again. I think you could even give him an 8. I mean, pitches a shutout. He's stalwart as hell over on that right side. He was getting involved in the attack. I don't think any of his crossing was particularly good today, which may be the one negative thing to take away from this, but I think a 7 is harsh on him. Again, I thought he was brilliant today. I thought his positioning was fantastic. His tackling was fantastic. So stout, man. He's been really, really good in the last 3 games. Really good. Lindelof, I think a 7 is fine. Again, all these defenders pitched shutouts. They all did a pretty good job today. I think Harry Maguire, a 7. Luke Shaw, I think a 7 is fine, even with that yellow card. McTominay, I think it's just a 7 is fine. He picks up a yellow. It's just solid in his job. I think Fred gets a 7.5. I think Fred defended excellently today, moved possession up and down the field well. I think he was solid in midfield, covering, getting forward, tracking back. Juan Mata, I think the 6.8 is harsh on him. I think it was good. I'm a little surprised he got subbed off, if I'm being honest. I think he did more than Cavani did. So I'll give Mata a 7 or a 7.5. I'm very surprised he was hauled. Maybe just not fit enough, maybe looking for more athleticism, but I question that substitution. Fernandez, I think 7, 7.5, right around that area, about the same as the other midfielders. Dan James, 6 again. Dan James is just so many pedestrian performances. He just doesn't bring any sort of elite actions to the game. Always trying to cut back on his right foot, never looking like he's going to take someone on the left, never looking like he's going to play a 1-2. It's just rough, if I'm being honest. I don't know why he's starting. Rashford, I think a 6.5 is okay for Rashford. I think the 6 is a little harsh. The yellow card was poor. He wasn't that involved in the attack. He was struggling to get on possession, but he ran in behind. He was dangerous. He had both of those shots on target that Mendy had to save. So I think a 6 is very harsh on him. I think you could give him a 6.5. Potentially even a 7, although I think a 7 might be... It's a little tough because, again, he wasn't super involved in their possession play. But that can be the life of a striker sometimes. Substitutes here, I think Mount is fair for a 6. I think he just did his job when he came on. Didn't really do anything else. Ziyech not on in time. Tammy Abraham not on in time. Pogba, I think a 6, 6.5. I think he did a little more than Mason Mount, but not much. Cavani, definitely a 6. Not about does it. So, yeah, a bit of a bleak performance here today. I think in particular the first half was just absolutely devoid of any quality or any adventure. Really boring. The second half was a little more energy. United were certainly the better team in the second half. But still not a ton of chances. So I think the 0-0 scoreline's kind of fair. And I think both sides will take some positives, but probably be a little disappointed today. Thanks again. That'll wrap up our coverage for the day. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and go watch Liverpool, and have a wonderful day.